people. Let's welcome Tang Kin.
A great man once said, if you once forfeit the confidence of your citizen, you can never regain their respect, trust, and esteem. It is true, you may be able to fool some of the people all of the time, or maybe even all of the people some of the time, but you can't fool all of the people all of the time. These great men preserved the Union and also ended slavery in the United States. Those are the words of Abraham Lincoln, which I think still hold true today. Future leaders, it's time to act. We want a government that delivered their promises and not just empty talks, as we label them NATO. No action, talk only. Let us remind them that although they are in the office, but it is us, the people, who put them there. There are politicians who think that just because they have been in the ruling party for the past few decades, they became arrogant. They assume that people are afraid of change, but this is what I'm telling you. Change is coming. Look at the US. They just elected an African American as the president. Look at Japan. The ruling party for the past 54 years was out, and the opposition party is now in power. Awareness to important issues is crucial to change. Everyday folk need to know the truth about the real issues and not what some sleazy politician sells them. And it is our responsibility as young leaders to educate them. I know it is a tall task, but we don't need to start big. We can start small at first. Start by telling your friends, your family from the inner circle, and tell them to spread the word. We must educate the people. Change requires a leap of faith, but if this change is for the better good, then this change is worth taking a risk for. In my opinion, some leaders have been sitting in the chair for far too long that they've forgotten what is the main issue. They establish rules or establish policies without even thinking how the common people will feel. You know something is wrong when your government informs you that they're going to reduce the subsidy to the sugar to reduce the obese, that they're going to reduce the subsidy to the petrol because the price went up, but when we are a petroleum exporter, all these price increase. It will increase the price of essential item. I know, it might just be only 10 cents, 20 cents per item, but when all these add up, it's a huge amount, especially to the lower income groups. You also know something is wrong somewhere when your state government classify coal as a renewable energy. And why? Why do we need to waste money and compete on who has the tallest building, the best weapon, when you don't even have a proper transportation system or social economy? And like what Mr. Barack Obama said in his book, I'm often reminded that the action of those in power have enormous consequences, a price that they themselves often never have to pay. Policy shapes the country and the world. Thus, think carefully before executing any action. Think of the long-term gains, the mass benefits that you'll bring to the people, and not just short-term gains that benefit only a few. Imagine this. What type of world would you want your children or grandchildren live in the future? Do you want a future where you have to wear face masks, protective suits, just to venture outside, looking at the dying earth, holding your grandchildren, and say, you contributed to the death of this Mother Earth? Or would you like a prosperous, beautiful earth where there's clean air to breathe? We are no longer citizens of just our own country. We are citizens of the world. And any actions that we take affects everyone. Future leaders, or maybe even some future head of states, heed my call when I say, remember this. Govern through sincerity, responsibility, and trust of your voters, and not through fear. Tolerance, respect, equality, standing up for the disadvantaged, and caring for our environment are issues to be championed for. It's time for our current leader to hear this. Listen to us. We, the young leaders. Listen to us when we say we had enough of all the widespread corruption, to protectionism that benefits no one but themselves, and especially to racism. We are all humans. The blood that runs in our veins are the same color. So there shouldn't be a case when a particular group of people are allowed to protest, when another group of people, when they want to do a peaceful protest, are faced with the Internal Security Act or police action. And many instances, instead of resolving these tensions or mediating conflicts, our politics fans them, exploits them, and drive us further apart. Heed us now, or we will make sure during the next election, you will never see your nice office and grand title again. That the new generation will not pay any price or any burden that its elders might dictate. Dear young leaders of the world, it's time they know how hard it is for a fresh grad to survive with meager pay, rising cost of living. It's time they know it is our future they are gambling with when they refuse to come to agreement on how to tackle the worsening global warming effect on the humanitarian issue that's happening in some part of the world. Dear delegates of the world, my name is Ling. I'm from a country with huge untapped resources in Southeast Asia called Malaysia. It's time the world leaders hear us loud and clear. I bid you farewell and good day.